Hey guys, it's Kaz here, and today I'm going to be doing the first quarter flip through of my journal. So I put everything in here. I don't have separate ones for certain things, so this has the book stuff, stuff I've watched, stuff I've done, all the things in one. So let's dive in. So first of all, this journal, Limome, if it's gonna focus, there you go, Limome. This is the one that I like the most. I've had this maybe 4 times before. Last year I had to find another random one because they weren't in stock, but I'm so glad they came back because they're really cheap and also got thick paper and also have loads of pages, so absolute winner for this. So speaking of last year I was very much in a painting theme, as you can see. Side note, if you want me to do a flip through of this, because I haven't, let me know and I'll do a full flip through of this whole year. But yes, this year I decided to use things. Basically, I've got so many random papers, random stickers that I've just had for years, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to try and use them up. So that is what I've tried to do here. So here is the first page, 2026. These are just random stickers. It's really weird because I had loads of letters, but then for some reason E, which is like one of the most popular letters, I only had the same one. All of these, there was like 5 different T's, 6 different Y's. How was E just 2 and they were both the same? But anyway, this is from the Mighty Boosh. I have one of the, I don't know if you guys remember, years ago they came out of the Mighty Book of Boosh. I have the proper full-size one, and then I got the mini one, which is about this big, for 50p from the works years ago, just to use it to like cut bits out and stuff because it has so many random things in. And this was from there. So next up we go on to our months. Again, I use these stickers because I have a bunch of them and just never use them. This way, I don't like write stuff down to remember. I write stuff down after the fact. So I don't really use this as a diary. I use it as like a memory of stuff that I've done. I write it in at the end of the month. I literally did that just before I started recording this because that's what I did in April. But we're not going to be talking about April because that is not in the first quarter of the year. And then obviously the rest of the year. Here we have some bookish goals. Well, not all bookish, to be fair. So over here, in the past, I've had like a 24 in 2024, 25 in 2025, etc. But I didn't want to carry that on because it keeps getting more and more books on the TBR. And I'm like, no, I don't want to have that many books that I like have to read. So here, I still wanted to make shelving, but I didn't know how I wanted to make it. So what I did was I came up with some random things. So the blue shelf is 2025 hold books. The green one is non-fiction books. And the pink one is continued series. I have technically read more series in graphic novels, but I didn't want to just fill them up with there. I want to put actual books in them. But yeah, over here we've got a bingo board that I haven't even finished writing in yet because I don't even know what I want to do. If you've got any ideas, let me know. This one is probably not going to happen because I thought I was going to do it and then I ran a bit and then I was like, I am not fit enough to do this in a few months. So that's not going to happen. But I definitely want to do something to do with walking or running or something. But I've already decided that's not going to happen because I don't want to kill myself off. But yeah, in my bingo board I've done the ones down here are all bookish. And then I've just sort of randomly thrown some more things in. But I've still got a few spaces, so yeah, any ideas, let me know. Next page, this is the bookish stats again. So here we have the start of my TBR. So at the start of January I had 89 books. And then at the end of January I had 87, read 8, hold 1, and then the pages read. Here, I think I'm at 84, because I did buy a few books in April. And stuff like this, March, I read 9. I mean, yeah, I read 9, but I think 2 of them were rereads, 3 or 4 of them were ebooks, so they didn't count. So yeah, I'm reading books, but you know, my TBR has gone down. It hasn't gone up since January, but it's not gone down a lot, but it's still going down, so it's fine. Next page, this is my escape rooms page. This and the next few pages are stuff that will be completed at the end of the year, because I don't know how many I'm going to do, so I don't want to fill the page up and not have enough space. So what I do is I just keep note of all the escape rooms I do, and then at the end of the year I will plonk them in here. These were random flyers that I had for something, I don't know. Again, travel, we've got some stickers I have. This is a thing that I do each year. I'll show you what my last year looked like just so you know how I use it. So what I do is I will go on holiday, go places, and then at the end of the year I will write down where I've been. The England one is always towns, but then the other countries is normally like places in that town because I don't travel all over it. But I still want to write a nice little list of places I went. So that's what I do for my travel map. I've already been to Oslo this year and I've got Tenerife booked in already, and obviously in England, so there's at least going to be 3 different places there. Monthly favourites, again, this will be completed at the end of the year. This was also a flyer, I think it was from Rock City from years ago. I've just had it in my box of random stuff for ages. This is music, again, put it at the end of the year. These were blank, and they were actually, one of my friends got married and she had these in like the RSVP, like a big stack of them, so you could request songs to have on afterwards. They were plain, but I coloured them in a retro vibe, and they made it like 90s themed. Here, movies, using these stickers, random stickers. And again, this one and the TV will be completed at the end of the year, so I know how much space and how big I have to print off the pictures. Next up we have the Buzzword Challenge. So I'm only doing the cover edition this year. This is a challenge that Kayla over at Books and Lala does every year. In the past it was only buzzwords, as in a word that you find in the title. But last year she started doing the word one and the cover. This year I looked at the word ones and I got like 6 or 7 months in. Whoops, that was an accident. And I literally didn't have any book that worked for any of the words, so I was like, you know what, I still want to complete it, but I don't have any of these and I'm not just going to randomly find books for no reason. So I decided to just do the cover edition. So I've been writing them in, I'm going to print them off at the end of the year. But January was Internal Body Parts, Nail Biter. February was Silhouette, The Girl of Ink and Stars would be that one. March was Action and Movement, Heated Rivalry, they're on the cover like hockeying. And then April, Wearable Accessories, The Mighty Nine comic. So we're on track so far. Oh, that's good. Border frame. Now I know what this month is because I've not looked at that yet. Oh, and this is a sticker, and this was from the packaging from Knaresborough when I went to the Mother Shipton's cave. So yeah, random stuff again. I've got some blank pages here. I have ideas for them, I just haven't sorted it out yet. Series trackers. So over here we've got series that I've already started, the purple ones of what I've already read, and the pink ones of what I've read this year, so that's quite good. There's quite a few pink in there, loving that. Over here we've got new series started. I started Monstrous. I've also started another one, I've not written it down yet, but yeah, I thought best have a bit of space to write new ones down as well. Over here I haven't put all the graphic novels in because last year, I think it was, I read like loads of first volumes of stuff. But I was like, I don't know when I'm going to carry them on. I don't have them already. So I didn't want to just write loads of stuff down that I'm not going to even do this year. So I tried to stick with some graphic novels that I know I'm definitely going to carry on. And then like some book series that hopefully I will read. Next up, we're going on to the genres. So the next few pages, I use these. So this is from a calendar I had that just had loads of space stuff on. And I don't know if it translates. But each of the pages, I tried to like colour coordinate the colours to the colours on the space pictures, if that makes any sense. So here in genre I have sci-fi, non-fiction, horror, thriller, contemporary, fantasy, graphic novel. And in my mind I was like, right, I know I read a lot of graphic novels, so I'll make that blue because the background is like quite blue. And then ones that I know I read less of, like horror, thriller for example, I do read some of it, but most of it is graphic novel, so it fits in that bit. I did like the smaller ones, the little tiny dots, there's red here. So I tried to like coordinate of what I know I'm going to read more of to make it fit into the pictures, if that makes any sense. So over here we've got the age range, we've got adult, YA, middle grade and new adult. The adult, obviously I read more of it, so I made it the background of the darkness. And then your YA is the like the orange bits, and the middle grade is the pink bits. And new adult is so rarely that I read it because it's kind of hard to categorise. So I'll put that as grey because there's like hardly any colour in there, but we'll see if any of that even ever comes up. And over here, author, we've got read before and new to me, and this picture It's all pink and blue and dark blue, so that's what I did over there. And then here we've got male, female, multi or non-binary. Again, I tried to fit it in, so the male and the female is the purples and the dark bit. And then non-binary, there's a little tiny purple bit over here, so I've only read one so far. And multi is like the little flashes of colour. So yeah, I tried to make it a thing. Over here we've got my star ratings. I have these stickers. I bought them ages ago and I thought, you know what, I should probably actually use them. So we've got them in there, coloured in. And, oh, I've not done my April one yet. But you know what, we're not talking about April in this video, so that's fine. And then I just had these star stickers. I've had them for absolutely years. So I just threw loads in. And now we're actually getting onto the months. No way. So, January. As you can see, it's just a load of different little papers. You know when you just get those sets and it's like 100 random pieces of paper with random stuff on? I've just got a bunch of those sort of things. So January I just chucked loads on as a collage and then wrote it out with my stencils on some brown paper. So moving on, again using the brown paper, and these are also, what are they called? I've got the word stencils in my head. Printy things, you stick them on, you know, a thing. Stamp. These are stamps that I've owned for a little while. I got them, so I'm like, I'm going to use them. Colour, the background, yeah. Trying to use some stuff that I own. This is the books that I read in the month of January. These are the things I watched. So these two are like actual things, TV, films, whatevs. And this is just Twitch, because I just watched loads of Twitch in January and beyond. And then over here we have Dovedale. I went on a nice hike on the first day of January with my sister and my brother, and we went to Dovedale and it was a fun time. So used some stickers here, bits of paper, and then printed off some pictures as well. Next up I went to see Hamnet at the cinema. So again I printed off a few pictures and I just have loads of these stickers, so I wanted to use them up because I just have a bunch of them. Use paint pens to colour in the background so it's all green. Good film. I wouldn't have gone to see this if Paul Mescal wasn't in it. But yeah, he was, so I did, and I really liked it, so I'm glad that he was. No interest in reading the book, but you know, Paul Mescal. Marmosets. I went to Photograph Marmosets, so we have some pictures here, and that was my review that I uploaded on the website that I take the photos for. Again, random bit of paper, chuck it in there, try and get used to it. And then we're on to February. I didn't do a crazy amount of things in January. February, we've got all these like bluey papers. We've got some trees, just stuff that I own. And I wrote February in some blue paper. So over here, this side is the books that I read, and these are the ones that I hauled. And I didn't really watch much in February because Twitch. I just watched Twitch, so I was like, I'm just going to write Twitch. A few little random shorts on YouTube, but not really many. No way, the History of Town. Guess who's in that? Paul Mescal. No way. So yeah, random papers, use them up is the motto for this journal. I went on another hike, this time to Bakewell. So I did a little page for that, printed some pictures off, it was nice. This again is from an even older calendar that was just all different places. I don't know where this is, someone might even know where this is, but I thought it fit in the vibe, so I'll put it in. And then this one is the start of my Oslo little travel journal-y bit. I got a message on the day that I had to leave saying that my train was cancelled, the first one of my trains. So I had to get on a train 2 hours early to Grantham, which is about 9 minutes away. But they only have a train every 2 hours since the LNER updated their timetables. Fun times for us. So yeah, I had to go 2 hours early and then just walk around Grantham for 2 hours. So I just wandered about, saw the church, put some pictures in, put a little train sticker in there because it fit. And I used the Ecoline pens here, these ones, brush pens, to do this and the rest of the pages you're going to see. So, Oslo, Ecoline pens, and some paint pens on the top to be fair, to do the windows. some pictures. There was a cat in my Airbnb, it was really cute. And then I didn't have loads of stuff to write, especially because I literally got here at like 11:30 at night, and that's the first day. So just a few little words here and there. And then the next day, this is sort of a very basic version of the opera house. I just wanted to fill the background up so it wasn't just white, but I didn't want to just go full painting in here like I did in my last journal. I wanted to do something a bit different. Again, random papers and stickers and things that I've got, and then just some photos from the trip and some words. Next page, this is like an estimation of sort of the I went to see these ruins, so that's kind of what I'm trying to portray here in a very scribbly way. Side note, if you want to see more about my trip, I did do a video on Oslo because I was doing some drawings there. There's a little sneak peek, but I will put the video up in the cards if you want to go and watch that. I have a bunch of these really cool stickers that are just bottles with random scenes in, so I found one that fit with the snowy vibe. This guy was cool, he just went into the sea and found the starfish and then was scanning it. Next page, again, these random things. We've got the colours, we've got the pictures printed off. You know the score, you can see where we're going. Random bits of papers, pictures, a little estimation of the palace in the background. And then here, I had this washi tape that I've had for ages. It's just like a nighttime scene, so I thought it kind of fit in with the vibe because I was out at night looking at the buildings and stuff. The background, the colours sort of went with this tree. It's a tree that has lights on it and it changes all the colours. And again, we've got one of those bottles that kind of fit the nighttime mood. And then here, this is the Fram Museum, so that's what I was doing here. Random bits of paper stuck in. And then this background is like this, so I went to... this picture I accidentally stuck up upside down. Whoops. But yeah, this is an installation of lights, and it changes and it's really colourful and pretty and stuff. So that's what the background is trying to portray there. This is at Sculpture Park. But yeah, I didn't realise I stuck that upside down until I was writing next to it, and I was like, wait a minute, that's wrong, but it's fine. And then here, I think this is the last day. This is just some buildings kind of making sense, some pictures and stuff. And then I went to Sherwood Forest. This is sort of like trying to draw this tree. I use paint pens for this. We've got a few more of those random little leaves that I've got that I was talking about. And then we go on to March. That's a bit shiny, but this is just, I had loads of strips of stickers about this long, so I couldn't just put them in strips. I had to put them top and bottom because they didn't fit. But they're just of like loads of random things and stuff. So that's what I put in here, because I'm like, when am I ever going to use these? Here, now. And then I just drew this on normal paper and then coloured it in with a Ecoline pen, just to make it sort of fit with this sort of beigey colour that's going throughout. So I just sort of chucked a few bits and pieces down here. I thought these arrows kind of fit with the colour scheme as well. Again, just random stickers that I've had for ages, so I was like, chuck them in, let's go. And this is what I read in the month. These ones I actually coloured on a different piece of paper because I wanted them to have flat colours. Because when you try and colour in something that's already there, you get all your lines on. So I just scribbled big colours and then drew around them so they were nice and flat. And I tried to sort of make the colour scheme kind of fit in a bit. Same with my watch list over here. This is what I hold, so not a lot, but I couldn't really fit it on the page beforehand because I read quite a bit. So I just stuck a bunch of stickers in again, chuck it in, use the stuff up. Over here I went to see Good Luck Have Fun Don't Die at the cinema, so I traced this because this is what the title looks like and I couldn't be asked to try and draw it, so I just traced that off my computer. And it has loads of wires on like the poster of it, so this is what that's trying to portray. It was a fun time. I feel like the actual film, like the message was really cool, but I thought the storytelling could have been better. Is my very small review of that. And over here, this is an accident, so we'll come back to that because I did it before this. I actually went to see The Woman in Black first. I have this really random little piece of paper. This random little door thing, it had, you know, the windows from the Grantham thing. The packet came in these and the windows are in it. So I thought I'll use the packaging because that's kind of cool. Because in The Woman in Black there's a door, and behind the door, you know, it's not opening and it's locked, and then some creepy stuff happens. But I thought that would be cool to have that in there. But yeah, I went to see The Woman in Black at the theatre. Amazing. I went to see it as a school kid years and years ago because I'm old. But yeah, I went to see it again. I took my mum and it was really good. Down here, these are stickers. There's actually 4 separate stickers, and then this is a different sticker. But I thought it kind of fit the moody Woman in Black vibe. At one point, he's reading letters in it, so that's why I put some little lettery type things in there. Thought it fit in. After that, I did a little one-shot D&D campaign. Well, not a campaign if it's a one-shot. March to the Frost Giant Mountains. I put one shot in little brackets because we didn't actually finish it. Because we just take so much time to do anything. But yeah, I just picked stickers out that worked with it. Tentacles, of course. A little campsite sticker because we went and found a campsite, a map. So yeah, I just tried to get stuff that sort of fit with the vibe. The Thing, because he was out trying to kill everybody. And then after that I went to see Punch at the theatre. This is so good. If it's ever around where you are, 100% recommend going to see Punch. It's based on a true story about this dude, Jacob Dunn, who on a night out punched another guy and the guy died. The guy being James Hodgkinson. And then it's basically about his life, Jacob Dunn. So at the start of it, it's all like, oh yeah, going out partying with mates. And then the punch happens, and then it's like the aftermath of the punch. And basically, James Hodgkinson's parents went through the restorative justice thing. And then for the last sort of 10 years, his mum, the James Hodgkinson, who was the victim, his mum Joan and Jacob go around talking about it and stuff. So it's actually really, really, really impactful. And I feel like every young lad should go and see this because it's really important. Go and see it, it's amazing. It won an Olivier Award as well for the best new play, I believe. Go see Punch. And now after that, we're going to go back to that one that I skipped over earlier. We went to Birmingham and we did loads of escape rooms. The first one being the Mystics Cabin. Yeah. I do my pages after the stuff's happened, so I know how many pages I want to do stuff on. If I've got something that I feel I only need 1 page for, I can do 1 or 2. And I wrote stuff down and then I accidentally chucked this in the wrong place. But it's fine, it still happened in this month. So the Mystics Cabin was about a witch, and you went in her cabin and you were trying to get this cat statue back. It was really good, fun times. After that, we did the Labyrinth. This was at the same escape room. This one was fun as well because you had to escape. You had to find the Minotaur and get him. But you also had to collect these little coins as well. There were silver coins and there was gold coins. I think there was 3 gold coins. We didn't get any of them. They were like insane hiding places. And then we got not all of the silvers, but we got a nice little haul of silvers. Down here is a stamp. I actually showed you it earlier. It's on this. I got given this, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to use it. It fits in with the labyrinth vibe, and I just sort of made the page like a labyrinth. Also random stickers, a random sticker here, 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 and here, that kind of fit in with what was happening. These are also stickers. So yeah, trying to get stuff used. After those first 2 escape rooms, we then went to Winterbourne House and Garden. Really nice. We had some food there. We walked around the gardens. It was really cool. Anytime you see drawing in the background, it's Ecoline pens, as I already mentioned. But yeah, it was a really nice day. So we went there for a couple of hours. And then you know what we did after that? Boom, we went to do some more escape rooms. So we did 2 more escape rooms after that. The first one being Jigsaw. This one, my sister picked the optional have a live actor there as well. So the pig face guy kept coming out with the chainsaw, trying to scare us all. Us all, me and my sister. Yeah, Jigsaw Trial, it's based on Saw, as you might be able to tell by the title. So yeah, I drew a TV and a tape player because they were both in the room. And I also drew some fingers because they were also in the room. But yeah, this was really good. I really enjoy doing horror, spooky, creepy escape rooms because there's always looks the visual stuff's just always really cool. So yeah, love that. And then the other escape room we did, the last of the 4, was Royal Heist Academy. This one we were spies in training, and then this was our like last thing to become spies. We had to go and steal all these things. I think there was like 5 or 6 things we had to steal. There was one main thing, and then everything else was a bonus. We got them all, of course. Boom. But yeah, these are just random stickers that I had. Oh, actually not stickers. These were actually from an escape room. You know when you can buy them in the post, and it's like an escape game that you play at home. I just keep some of the bits that look cool and I felt like I could use. So this was on them, and these were on them. A piece of paper that had other stuff that we had to escape from, and this is also from a different one. So yeah, I just keep stuff and hoard it and then finally use it sometimes. And then the reason we're actually in Birmingham, 6 by Nico. So I went to do this last time it was on, and it was really good, or maybe the time before last. But basically every 6 weeks, I think it is, they change the course. It's a 6-course meal, and they changed the theming of it. We did the space one last year, it was really good. This one was Sherlock Holmes, so I drew the little case file here. It was really cool because you had like the little case file on the table with you, and every time one of the courses was brought out, you read the next page and it had all like the information and the next clues and stuff, and at the end you had to guess who the killer was, and we got it right. Fun fact here, I just forgot to take a picture because I just wanted to eat it. So yeah, it was a good time. Always lovely. We're definitely going to go back to the next one as well. 100% recommend going here if you want to have some like really cool dining vibes. And then after that, we stayed in Birmingham, and the next day we went to the West Midlands Safari Park. So yeah, this one is very basic. It's just, I just printed pictures out because animals in it, don't need anything else. This is the first time I've ever been to a zoo, and the red pandas are actually out and about. They were running about, they were playing, they were eating. Normally you can either never see them or they're asleep. So that was really cool. Speaking of asleep, the first time we went to see the tigers, they were just in a pile in their den on the screen, which is really cute. This is a safari park as well, so at first these ones we were driving in one of their vehicles, safari cool thing, and then you just drive through and see all the guys the lion was eating. So yeah. And then over here, the next time we saw the tigers, they were playing, because there was like 3 siblings, I think. So they were just fighting, and it was really cute. But yeah, gave some birds some nectar. Good times. Here's the tigers were just adorable. And then afterwards, we went to eat at the Grove Farm Carvery. And you know what? That is it. The next page is spoilers for April. So, whoop. That is everything that I did in the first quarter of the year. All written, drawn and scribbled up. So yeah, let me know down below if you've done anything cool. If you've seen any shows at the theatre, let me know, because I've got a bunch of stuff coming up as well. I've really started to get into it the last sort of year or so. I love it. But yeah, say any words down below if you want. Oh, let me know if you want me to do a flip through of my whole journal from last year. Subscribe if you want, like if you want. And I will see you in a few days with another video. Quite possibly my wrap up. Or I've got another video actually that I'm really, really happy about. I've not actually done it yet, but the idea is really cool, and I'm really looking forward to filming the voiceover. So yeah, stick around for that, and I will see you then. Bye bye.